post bell for Monday Night Raw from the 12th. I'm gonna do the best that I can since I don't have exact notes in front of me. So I'm just gonna go over the results and do that, go down through that. So if anyone joins, that's great. If not, it's okay. Um, I'm gonna pull up the results right now. I'm going with the vertical live again just to get more reach to it. So then this will be uploaded to the Hardcore Sports Network at some point in the near future, along with on Spotify and all that good stuff. Gonna stick with just the YouTube stuff for right now, and then my post content, my actual posts will go to Facebook. Um, Before I get into Raw, Yinzer Talk episode 2 will be after this one. Might do it on a vertical live as well. Might do it as a regular show since that's what I did last week with it. Even though I am by myself, this is kind of easier to do, and hopefully can get out to more people. But it looks like other notes that I want to mention is shout out to the ladies of the Hardcore Sports Network and Queens of the Ring last night. Was awesome. Some great conversation going over there. Martina, Denise, Tati, and Sarah, who all two of those four will be joining me this weekend for SmackDown, the Watch Along, and for Post Bell. Martina will be joining me again on Friday for SmackDown. I'm also joining her for the Bloodline Effect. Earl was going to do it. He's now taken the week off, so no problem on that. Appreciate the ladies stepping up and being able to jump in whenever needed to move some stuff around. So one person is watching. Thank you for joining in. Leave a comment, leave a like. Definitely can appreciate that. Gonna Got to get the poll down there, so please go vote in that. If you're jumping in, jumping out, that's fine. Other quick run throughs before some pre-show notes before we get into Raw and the recap from the episode on Monday. SmackDown again, Martina. Post bell for SmackDown will be Sarah. I'm doing the Bloodline Effect at 7 on Friday with Mitch and Martina, and then we will roll right into SmackDown. I'm pushing for 5,000 here on YouTube, as well as Mike Drop Sports, who is with me. I was with him, and he was with me last week on some streams. So do us both a favor and help us get to that 5,000 mark. He's trying to do it before the NFL season kicks off, and that's going to be tie into my goal as well. Also, Earl, I mentioned earlier, Earl is on the chase for 500 by AEW All In, so that's his goal. Help him get that, and help Hardcore Sports Network. They are on the chase for 2,000. Not exactly sure where they're at exactly. Let me just pull up their YouTube, and also go and follow and sub to the featured tab on my channel of so the network is at so the network's at 1,160 some. So yeah, we're pushing to 1,200 by the time the season starts. That I know the network is big for football, but we're gonna keep on rolling. And then also the WNBA is coming back tomorrow, so be on the lookout for Full Court Press, as Coach Ed, Randy, and I are gonna start bringing back some WNBA to the network and whatnot. So that's going to be the pre-show notes, and then we're going to roll into post bell for Monday Night Raw from August 12th. Meant to do this yesterday, but woke up late, working at 11, but staying up because you work at 11 is kind of throwing everything off a little bit. So I'm going to get on to track and start doing these Tuesday mornings, hopefully, right after the day after Raw. Try to do it while I'm at work on lunch and on my breaks, but the phone overheats, so we're going to give this a shot doing it just here. And then again, Yinzer Talk will be after this. I'm going to go over the preseason week 1 game against Houston, some news, and some Brandon Ayuk news, and then look at the preseason week 2, which is tomorrow, or week 3, I guess technically. I don't know if it's 2 or 3, and then go over the picks for tomorrow. But that is going to be the majority of the next episode, which will be, hopefully this one goes about an hour, and then or 30 minutes for this one, 30 minutes for the next one, and then evens out to an hour. So again, sub to Hardcore Sports Network. Go check out the featured names on my channel. Give all those great creators a sub. Really helps us all out. Go give a like on their most recent community post and regular YouTube video. It helps us out, and it's free. Rolling into Monday Night Raw. Got the Raw results right here. Straight from WWE.com. So look, yeah, looks all right. So it started off with Rhea Ripley. She took a shot at Dom. What's up, Tyler? Thank you for jumping in. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure. I don't know if you're the one that has liked it already, but make sure you leave a like, and appreciate that. Go sub to all the channels that I mentioned above, or like a little bit ago. And yeah, thank you for joining me tonight for Post Bell for Raw, recapping Monday Night Raw for anyone that missed it and is watching it now, or just wants to get a quick rundown of what went down. Rhea Ripley kicked off the show. She was taking shots at Dom and Liv. That was not a surprise at all. Then Liv and Dom were seen spotted in the crowd. They interrupted her. They went back and forth. And then I think the way we all knew that it was going to go, Damian Priest then came out behind them, stood there, and then stopped them real quick from running their mouths. And it eventually would fall out into the concourse. Damian and Dom were going at it. Liv jumped in to save Dom, and then Rhea made her way up. Damian chased Dom down to the arena. They ended up getting into the ring, which led into Carlito coming out to save Dom and Liv. This then led into our opening contest for the night, and Carlito versus Damian Priest, and Damian Priest was the winner. Also, the pop for Damian Priest showing up behind Dom and Liv was insane, as was the pop for Rhea the last couple of weeks, and Damian as well, since their recent face turns. So that was that. That was the opening segment. Definitely do not. There was a squash match. Odyssey Jones and the New Day were in a segment backstage. Then they made their way out. Tyler, I think Liv and Dom versus Damian Priest. Yeah, that was. I forgot to mention that as well. That was confirmed. The mixed tag, which is, I called the mixed tag from a mile away. I do have the better notes on my phone that I wrote out this morning. Sorry, Martina was asking where I'm live at right now. I am live just on my channel, since we are doing the vertical live, and then it will be re-uploaded to the network, so everyone can check it out now, or check the replay on both Sleeper Sports Media and the network. Just on YouTube though. Gonna start pushing just for YouTube. So yes, the mixed tag match was confirmed. Dom and Liv versus Rhea and Damian at Bash in Berlin. I'm pumped for that. I called that one. That was just the way that it was going, to prolong the feud with Liv and Rhea. I still think Liv and Rhea should have a trilogy and just one-on-ones. This shouldn't count towards that, but it's just a way to prolong that feud, and you can have multiple different ways of it ending. Liv and Dom win by the Judgment Day helping them. You could have Damian pin Dom, who hasn't been winning necessarily, so it wouldn't hurt him. You can't have Liv lose or take the pin, because then I guess you could. Then you could set it up for Rhea then demanding that rematch in their second one-on-one match, which would be, you could prolong that even more and go into the next one, Bad Blood, and then you could make that with a stipulation on it. We just hit that 10-minute mark. Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. That match. It should be fun. Should be interesting in how they do that. If we get a spot in there where Liv out tags Dom in, and then Dom goes in and has a face to face with Rhea, and just seeing. I mean, I think Mitch had said it, I believe, where he wants to see Rhea put Dom through the announce table, which I mean I agree with for sure. Sending this to Martina real quick. Having trouble finding the stream because we're on vertical. All right. Also, just got a text from Mitch. He has started a second channel. So do me a favor and go over and subscribe to MK Meets World. Wesley is here. Wesley found us. Martina also found it. I appreciate you guys for jumping in. Just went over the opening segment for Raw. Rhea and Dom, Liv and Damien, all four of those probably the faces of Raw currently right now, with Cody and Roman and everyone else being on SmackDown. So the Raw is on the right path. We got the mixed tag confirmed for Bash in Berlin. We then went into Odyssey Jones versus a local talent, Vincent Winey. Odyssey Jones was again with the New Day. Xavier Woods did not like that. This led into people went on and said about teasing the heel turn with him. I don't think it's that. I think it's just he just wants to tease it. I don't think they'll actually go through with that. My booking, I think Finn Balor. Gonna cost Rhea and Damien. Priest leads to Bad Blood pay-per-view. Finn Balor, Damien. Yeah. Rhea and Liv at Bad Blood. Damien and Finn. Calling me. Now I see why Jason from Mike Drop Sports throws on old Do Not Disturb whenever he does these vertical lives. Vincent is apparently Court Jade's man, but Vincent. Oh, that's right. I mean, I guess it wasn't a local talent. I guess they did mention that he was from the PC. That's the guy that she left Braun Breaker for. That's crazy. Um, but yeah, I mean, as I was saying before speaking of Mitch, he gave me a call. But yeah, MK Meets World, go over there, subscribe there. I had to say you cut out for a second. Yeah, yeah. What the, Reed? Yeah, Bronson Reed. That's gonna be later in the recap here. Yeah, the New Day came out with Odyssey Jones. They're teasing the heel turn with Woods. He beat Vincent Winey very convincingly. I thought it was like they do the local talents, but it was I guess he is from the PC, as Martina pointed out. That's apparently Cora Jade's uh, new boyfriend. So that's who she left Braun Breaker for, which is crazy. Definitely does look like one of the Gun Boys. Cut out for a second. Yeah, Mitch was calling me, so I had to throw the phone on Do Not Disturb. Wesley, next Friday's Rampage is being taped this Saturday night. Yeah, I saw that they're promoting tonight as the final Dynamite in the U.S. before All In. Wait a minute, she left Braun for him. Now we have the same birthday. Capricorn should know better. Yeah, I mean, they had broken up, and then not too long after that, it was she was posting pictures apparently with him. I guess. I mean, Braun's moved on too. He's now with what I think Izzy from down in NXT. So I mean, it is what it is. But Braun Breaker is a dog. We got any dogs in the chat watching out of the two of you guys watching? Wes, if you're still here or going in and out, catch it later. No problem. But yeah, the Odyssey Jones, the New Day, Xavier Woods, not really, not really liking it. It led to the final testicle, as Kofi Kingston called them, coming out and carrying cross, running his mouth. This was This is where I started tuning out, and leads to a 6-man tag. Hopefully, they just do it next week on Raw. They don't make us suffer through watching that on Bash in Berlin, which I don't think they will. I guess that's one of the good things about watching these feuds over and over again. The same thing every week, different variants of different wrestlers. It's just something to fill time on a 3-hour show on SmackDown here and there. I just I so, I can't believe Karrion Kross and his group has two. They have two managers essentially, and neither one of them talk. They let Kross talk. Why have two managers? And yes, the final that's now forever what they will be acknowledged as, the final testicle. Like Cody Rhodes as champion. Kross is boring, like Cody Rhodes as champion. Oh man, not the Cody slander. I need I need Martina in here if we're gonna go on to Cody slander. That led into there was a I'm trying to read my notes from my phone because I didn't have it typed up, but that went into Pierce telling McIntyre that Drew was not here because of travel issues, which we know was a lie to get McIntyre to actually go out there into the ring, which then led into the whole Gunther being tied in with Gunther and Randy Orton. Then we had Alpha Academy versus American Made. Also, we had Ivy Nile tease helping Maxine, and then ended up turning on Maxine and getting the distraction to help American Made win. Yes, I'm always up for some Cody. Yeah, that is evident with Post Bell from Friday. If you guys didn't see that, my goodness, we went for three hours, a whole episode of Raw, and it was by far better than SmackDown was. American Made did defeat Alpha Academy, so I mean that's fun. While they showed Chad Gable was still over in France with the Olympics, it gave the other three a chance to shine. Also, now adding Ivy Nile to their group officially. We had Damage Control. The Sky Pirates is what they promoted it as, since Dakota Kai is injured. She will be out 8 to 10 weeks with a torn meniscus, and she will need surgery for that. This was a number 1 contenders match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. So Damage Control did win that via disqualification because of Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. Their name is Pure Fusion Collective. There was an account on Twitter that named them the Stud Line whenever they took out Zelina Vega and then took out Dakota. They tweeted out and said, "Oh no, the Stud Line strikes again. First Zelina Vega and now Dakota Kai." So I'm voting that we just call them the Stud Line, the group of Sonya, Zoe, and Shayna. The Stud Line gives up their chance to at Tag Gold for right now. The Kairi Sane and Io Sky get a shot at the unholy union of Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. Yes, the Stud Line for Sonya, Zoe, and that's exactly what I said. 1000% that's what I said. that leads into the Miz finding out that R-Truth got him. Speaking of R-Truth, and Bronson Reed from earlier, and someone's comment, R-Truth got him a match versus Bronson Reed. Randy Orton comes in. Isn't he the one who killed Seth Rollins last week? Miz says the same thing. R-Truth, of course, doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he gets Miz a match with Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship, which that was, of course, the main event, against Ginger Man and Mister holding on with dear life to the Bloodline's coattails and trying to hold on just long enough so he can get back into the Bloodline story and also be hyped up by Jey Uso, because apparently that's all he's good for. We got Randy, like I said, Randy Orton came in to the segment, with the Miz and with R-Truth, and then he went and had the face-to-face with Gunther. McIntyre would then come out, and then Punk would attack McIntyre with a belt. That would then lead to an interview with Punk backstage and holding that belt, and I think we all know what that's leading to. A strap match at Bash in Berlin, McIntyre Punk 2 in a strap match. It's all but confirmed. I believe we'll get that on Monday, confirmed on Monday if they don't do it before then. Also, it was pretty interesting. Randy Orton got Gunther with an RKO. And then during Punk's interview, you see Gunther come back very mad, I think he threw a chair or pushed something, and you just have Punk looking at it, so it's intertwining everything, and it's giving us looks and teases at Punk could be getting his way closer and closer to Gunther in the World Heavyweight Championship, which is great because I think Punk and Rollins for the world title at WrestleMania 41 would be the way to go. And that's when I told CM Punk, just beat Drew like I did Cody The Rock, probably. Oh man, that's great. Punk McIntyre 3 at Bad Blood Hell in a Cell. Wesley, I'm right there with you. I'm all for that 100%, 1000%. And I mean, you have Punk now kind of has the momentum, given that he's the one going after McIntyre. McIntyre's cool. He got his win, whatever. He has the bracelet, whatever. Which, I mean, the bracelet and the Ulafala, you put those two together, and you have a better storyline than the WWE title that Roman spent 4 years building up. But hey, again, Cody slander can wait until Friday. Given that we're probably only going to get about 5 to 7 minutes of Roman again on Friday, Martina and I, we can run the Cody slander for 2 hours, and then Sarah and I will do post bell for SmackDown after that, which is good because I do work this Saturday. I think Reed is turning heel. WWE is pushing him with him now booking, like, I think John Cena versus Reed. That would be insane. Cena versus Bronson Reed. Also, I saw something. Cena did confirm that December will be his final month of in-ring performing. He won't ever come out of retirement for one more. So I didn't know if I was talking to someone on Facebook earlier today saying I don't know if he's gonna go do Survivor Series as his last PLE and that's gonna be it, or if he's gonna go into December. I think it said he's gonna have about 30. I think it was 26 to 36 dates over 2025. So I'm hoping he comes to Hershey so I can go see him one final time. I know last September when he came back to SmackDown, and the WWE for that run he did last year in the fall, that was at Hershey, and the day after he followed me on Twitter. So be on the lookout, because as I start talking about Cena, when Cena followed me on Twitter, just telling Martina that the other day, and then boom, he followed her on Twitter the very next day. So be on the lookout for Cena to follow you guys on Twitter for the 3 or 4 that are watching right now. So that was the Punk backstage, and Punk being there, but saying he's not going to be there because of travel issues. So that's going to be great. Holding the belt, he said, I know how to make it fair, hinting again at the strap match for Bash in Berlin, which is going to be great. Then we had Pete Dunne in an interview, and then it was about him and Sheamus and why he's now going after Sheamus and blah blah blah. They're finally explaining it, but it's still it's just it went on for too long without them explaining it. Have him come back and do this attack, and then do the interview, and then have weeks and weeks of him attacking Sheamus or costing Sheamus matches. Because the first time he came back and helped Sheamus from losing, but then ended up costing him the match anyway. Cena will be done in 2025 by the end of the his final 2025 will be the final year that we see Cena in WWE as an in-ring performer. You know he's going to stay with the Legends deal. They're currently in have been currently offering and signing Legends to deals like that. So that is going to be down the road. Why is Pete Dunne on NXT and the main roster? I would guess, Tyler, it is because USA likes to be able to send guys to NXT to Raw, but I believe he was on NXT more as a tag team to be thrown into tag matches, or the Heritage Cup and everything like that. And then he was still, because he was with Tyler Bate, I think it was, and then he got hurt. So now they're finally allowing Pete Dunne to be Pete Dunne and be a singles star on the main roster, which is great. But I mean, it's time that we see Pete and Sheamus, not continuing to see Kaiser come back and then have a face to face with Sheamus, saying that, hinting that that's going to be the match and what we get next. I mean, give us Pete Dunne and Sheamus at Bash in Berlin for something new, and something fun, or give me that on Raw for 3 weeks in a row, not the final testicle in the New Day for weeks. I mean, months after months. That was that one. Pete Dunne then came out. Pete versus Sheamus will be wild. Absolutely would be. Like I said, Kaiser came back, was in the face of Sheamus. Then that rolled into, once again, Jey Uso hyping up Sami Zayn, because that's what we've been seeing for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I mean, what more needs to be said about how Jey Uso is being used? I don't know if they're just waiting it out until that we finally do see the reuniting of Jimmy, Jey, and Roman, and hopefully Sami is far, far away from that, and he is not included in that reunion for the OG Bloodline. Oh, that's great. Yeet Life Coaching LLC. Get a better look. Yeah, Jesse was my friend Jesse was calling me. It went right through the do not disturb. So Wesley shouting out Martina. Martina's content is fire. Absolutely. She is on the chase to 100 subs on YouTube. So let's help her get that. Your sound is a lot. Is it still? Um it should be fine now. Am I back? Am I back? Should be. I that's crazy. I had it on do not. Okay, perfect, perfect. All right, yeah. She's on the chase to 100 subs. Let's get her that before Bash and before All In. And let's keep on rolling. Earl's on the chase to 500, as I said earlier. The network is pushing to 1,200. I am pushing to 5,000, as is Mike Drop Sports. The Pittsburgh guy that I was doing a stream with the other day. We got a lot of exciting stuff, a lot of good content creators on between the network and everyone else that is usually involved on my channels and whatnot. Yeah, that led into then Sami Zayn. Thank you, appreciate that. I got a big another shout out today at work. My manager was asking the new people, since I've only been at work for a month now, and he was asking the new people something, and I raised my hand, and he told me to put my hand down because he knew that I was new, but he was talking about the new people because we've had more people start after me, and then he stopped our meeting and had everyone brought to it everyone's attention again for like the second day in a row that I have a mullet, um, which was awesome. So definitely appreciate whenever the mullet is recognized. The main event of Raw, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. The I mean, Braun Breaker again on Twitter. This was from Twitter. Someone said about how Braun Breaker, whenever he does flip to, I mean, I guess you could still say he's a heel right now. But whenever he does flip to being a face and he looks at the camera before he goes out, it says, "We got Pat McAfee, football guy. We got any? We got any? We got any dog? What do you how do you say it? Any dogs barking?" And then everyone started barking and everything. Join the Hardcore Sports Network too. Yes, go sub over there. Just go to the featured page on my channel and subscribe to everyone. I got to add in a couple more channels, but London and No Dirt Sheets. He's also pushing to that 500 mark, as is Earl Martino pushing to 100. Aggressive barking noises, absolutely. Yeah, he killed the main event. Save Sami Zayn again from falling on his head and neck. We're at the 32-minute mark. So this one, like I said, roughly 30 for this, and then I'll start up on a regular stream of the uh, my Steelers podcast, Yinzers Talk. So if anyone wants to talk football or just sit and watch me run amok on my Steelers and looking at the season ahead. That will be on both the network and my channel as well. I might. What's up, Brandon? Appreciate you jumping in. Definitely appreciate it. Gonna be wrapping up here fairly soon, but gonna be doing another one for my Steelers talk, and also you can catch the replay on this, and then it will be Run Amok. Yes, Run Amok on my Steelers for my Steelers talk. A lot of news waiting, a lot of waiting around for some news to happen today, but it has not happened yet. So yeah, it's Brandon. Like I was saying earlier, Martina is pushing to 100, so let's get her to that. Earl to 500, London at No Dirt Sheets to 500, and then the network at 1200. Also, Mitch has a second. You might already know about that one, but let's get some subs to him. I just need you and Martina doing another late night deep dive into Cody Rhodes. That will be coming again soon. Not this post battle this weekend for SmackDown will not be going 3 hours. I work on Saturday. The tide that raises all ships. The one. Also, I said if you aren't following Nick on Twitter, you are missing out. Awesome. Thank you, Wesley. I appreciate that. Thoughts on Dominic Mysterio? Listen, that Dom and Logan was on Impulsive was great. I'll give some thoughts on that one after I go through the main event here. But Sammy gets the first pin. This was the trilogy fight, so this was their trilogy fight. So they threw the best 2 out of 3 falls match stipulation on it. Sammy got the first one, and then Braun got the last two. Your mullet, don't. Wow. Now that's a compliment. My manager didn't go saying anything like that. So that's no, I definitely appreciate that one. Dom's is cooking though. The longer his gets, the more heel he goes. So we'll see how long mine can go. I've been growing the length for about 2 years now, so I've kept the mullet on and off with it growing out on across the top and everything like that. But definitely appreciate that compliment. That's for sure. Sami Zayn got the first pin, and then Braun Breaker got the next two. Confident he added some extensions because he got inches overnight. How do you get through a workday with all the women? That's great. The funny thing is, I've gotten more compliments from the guys at work than I have the girls. They said that they laugh whenever my manager brought it up, and everyone clapped for me. But I did get one compliment directly from um, one of the girls that is not like in my department, but she was walking through and she was looking at my mullet, and my manager was like, you can tell him that you like the mullet. It's okay. And then she did. So that was fun. The Billy Ray Cyrus '90s mullet, absolutely. Um, Not quite Dom's length, and Martina he talked about that on Impulsive. So I'll get into that real quick after I finish up Raw. But again, Braun Breaker dominant in his first defense with that Intercontinental title. I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to see him hold that for a very long time, and he can run that the mid card division on Raw. Which it's funny because Friday was heavily favored for the mid card, and it was hard to watch. It just wasn't it. And then I would watch Braun Breaker in the mid card division on Raw minus Sami Zayn week after week. Um, but that was Raw. So back to the Dom and Logan Impulsive episode question. I mean, it was a great interview. Dom is Brandon. Don't worry, it may be an abbreviated version, but we surely will get some good results. Like I said earlier, before everyone joined in, besides Tyler, who was watching, has been here since the beginning. Definitely appreciated. Yeah, SmackDown. Just give my girlfriend her prom. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, Tyler. Congratulations. That's awesome. Um, SmackDown, or well, before the watch along for SmackDown, I will be joining Mitch and Martina for the Bloodline Effect. We're gonna go over some our top five or video of the top five Samoans. Hopefully some Cody Rhodes slander. No one's gonna no, I don't think anyone is gonna disagree with that one. Not as much as what we did on post bell for after SmackDown last week. Um, Still can't believe we went 3 hours for it, but gonna roll in from the Bloodline Effect into SmackDown. And then from there, Sarah will join me on the post bell for SmackDown. Hopefully this week we do get more than just 7 minutes of Roman Reigns. It was crazy last week. I was telling London on Saturday that the last 10 minutes the last 10 minutes of SmackDown felt really, really big with that anticipation because we were waiting for Roman Reigns, and then we ended up having five people watching with us. Tyler, again, that's awesome. That's truly, truly awesome. Glad to hear it. But yeah, SmackDown I was expecting more, and then post bell, 3 hours long, 3 hours worth, instantly. I mean, automatically better than what we actually got to watch on SmackDown. So that is going to wrap up the Raw post-spell. I'm going to take a couple minutes and go over to the regular landscape stream. That will be on both the Hardcore Sports Network, the YouTube, the Twitch, and then I'll throw that one up on the Facebooks as well, and my Twitter, and everything like that. My channels are all also included in that one. I'll mention it on the next one on Yinzer Talk episode 2. But again, sub to the featured page on here. Sorry, I tried. It's not clickable. Sorry about that. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I don't know how the vertical lives, if they're notified differently whenever I do the vertical live. I'm just trying this to kind of reach more people. And since the vertical lives will only go to my channel, it might be easier for everyone to be on one spot and then see the comments and everything like that. So, but the Yinzer Talk will be ran through StreamYard as it usually is. This went about 40 minutes. So that's great. I can give give like 20-ish minutes to Yinzer talking my Steelers, do my picks for the preseason to get back into the flow of my weekly picks for the NFL, which will be coming back along with the network's weekly pick'ems. I believe I'm doing week 2, and then I have I think 3 or 4 other weeks after that. Mitch will be doing the first one. Kickoff is coming around the corner. It'll be here before you know it. So with that, again, SmackDown. The next stream I'm going to be doing is Xander Talk episode 2. That will be on StreamYard here in a couple of minutes. And then nothing tomorrow. And then Friday, the Bloodline Effect with Martina and Mitch. SmackDown with Martina. SmackDown Post Bell with Sarah. And then Saturday, Tyler's a Chiefs fans. Can't wait for the start of football season. Yeah, I'm as much as I'm all in for the Chiefs on opening night because the Ravens. Anytime the Ravens, Browns, or the Bengals lose, I'm a happy man. But I want happy man. Going back to what Martina said about Dom and his mullet and extensions, he did say on the podcast that he does shampoo and condition every day. So I mean that's why his mullet does look as good as it does. And I mean we've seen it on SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes gets a haircut every single week before he goes out and has any sort of TV time. So WWE, they're taking good care of him and his mullet. But that is going to pretty much wrap it up for this. There was a lot of other conversations, a great conversation with the Impulsive episode of Dom being on there. We got to kind of see the real Dom, and he talked about how people they don't go up to him asking him for pictures or autographs. They just go up and boo him, which is hilarious. He talked a little bit about what he remembers from the custody match with Eddie and Ray. Hardcore Sports Network, part of we appreciate that, Tyler, for sure. Yeah, like I said, the next one that I'm going to do here in a couple of minutes will be on the network. It'll be on my stuff. It'll be across Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, the network's Twitch, and our Facebook, both Facebook channels. But that is going to do it. Again, all the announcements that I said previously. Also, Hardcore Sports Network, we're looking for boxing creators, anyone who has an interest in either traditional boxing or the crossover scene, wants to help cover and do be a part of whenever we do watch alongs for those, and just cover writing articles as well for any sport. We do have a website, so that is through No Dirt Sheets. We have a Hardcore Sports Network section on that. So there's some articles out there. TNA, ROH, people doing watch-alongs. We are on the lookout for that. I got someone doing MMA. Also, I mean, PFL, UFC, we're always looking for more stuff. So if anyone is any content creator that is interested in possibly, doing some collabs and whatnot, maybe, bringing them in, DM me or tweet at me. I think my Twitter is SSM Weitoish. If you look up Sleeper Sports Media, you'll find it. So again, boxing, MMA, crossover or traditional, we're definitely looking for some help there. So like and follow HSN on Facebook, on Twitter, on here. Your next show is going to be yep. My next show is going to be on all of them. It's going to be regular StreamYard show, and we're gonna run amok about some Steelers talk. And then next week on tomorrow, no stream, might do multiverses, but who knows. And then next Thursday, back with the WNBA, which will, of course, be on my channel and the networks. And until then, share the stream, get people to watch the replay of it, leave a like on your way out, and then be on the lookout for the start of Yinzer Talk episode 2, which will be coming up momentarily. Thank you so much, everyone who joined here. Appreciate it all. Go give a sub to my featured page. All the creators on there. I got to add some more. I got to make the video to show everyone how to use that feature. Thank you, Brandon. I will see you hopefully soon. Like I said, a couple of minutes. maybe like 5 to 10. We'll start up the Steelers. Some Steelers talk, go over their week 1 loss to the Texans, some Ayuk news, and then since we went about 45 minutes here, 15 to 20 for the Steelers talk this week, maybe 30 depending on how much you guys keep me chirping, and some mullet talk as well. So thank you again everyone who tuned in. Appreciate it very, very much. I'll see you very, very soon. Peace.